Call the meeting to order. Proper quorum has been determined. Ask for approval of minutes.
Move we approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion's made and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries for approval. On order of business is going to be an update on library card applications, camera, and signature pad.
Okay, hello everyone. Glad to have you here today. We are very excited that we are making great progress on moving toward our library card applications where it will be done electronically. Glenn has some show and tell items for us today. So the first one is our signature pad. So I'm going to come around and let you pass it around. And Glenn, if you could just explain a little bit about it.
It's just it's the basic model. It's just a stylus and a writing surface. This blue thing comes off. It's just for protection. It doesn't show up on here. It will show up on the computer screen. So it's just the basic model that Topaz Systems offers. We have 2 of those.
And they will be signing that after they fill out their application, and that way we will capture their signature, and it will be in a file form, and we will upload that to their library card account. And that way at the end of the day, we can actually shred the information that they had written down for us to put into the computer.
Is that's going to be in front of someone while they do it?
Yes.
And the reason I say
Sure.
that is because when I go to my bank or whatever, someone always uses a regular pen. And they screw it up. So
Yes.
that's just so that make sure that they do use that.
I think we're going to try to do is have a clipboard. It'll have a laminated copy of what they're signing.
Okay.
And then on the computer will be an electronic copy of what they're signing, and then they'll sign that pad will be mounted on the clipboard too.
Okay.
And hopefully they'll only be able to use that pen.
Okay.
And they'll sign it, and that will capture into the electronic form, and then that form will be put into their record in concourse.
Will it work if you just use your finger to sign?
Not as well. It skips because that little point on that stylus, it's not like a phone touchpad. It's more pressure.
Okay.
So you won't get a very good signature if you tried your finger.
Unless you got stiletto nails.
Can you buy you can buy a spare backup stylus though, right? Because I mean that thing could break or get lost
Yeah.
easy, so
Yes.
you might want to get some
And
backups.
it's not a specific type of stylus. There's nothing, that cord is not electronic or anything, it's just a stretchy cord. So anything with a sharp point that doesn't have a ink in it will work, and those you can buy very easily. So
And this will be down at our department reference area, and our people that are there are really good about when they do applications. They're very, very precise, and I'm sure that will be just part of our routine of handing it over to them and having them sign and then immediately taking it back. So we'll get into a good routine.
it'll be protected.
Yes, definitely.
It won't be out for people, children to play with or something, I don't think.
Good. Right, and the next thing is the camera, because we are going to be capturing their photo. This is going to be really useful for like our YA, our teenagers that may be coming in that do not have their photo ID but have a card with us and maybe didn't remember to bring their card. If they can give us their name, address, a little bit of information, we can look it up and then we can see their picture that yes, this is you. And we just feel like this would be a really great thing to have. So at the same time we start the electronic signature, we're going to go ahead and start taking pictures. It will take us a while to get through all of our older patrons. We'll start, of course, with our new ones who are getting their cards, and then as we can get the other ones to come up and let's transfer over to the electronic signature and the picture, we will eventually get everyone. Any questions for Glenn about these things? Yes, that would be fantastic because you would need to come and update your card and get your picture taken. And that will be great. Would love that.
Do you submit the stuff for the group, the library group that you've got, or do we need to get Ann to come in? Because that'd be a good.
Oh, it would be,
photo op
oh, yes, we would get Ann to come over and do a press release for us. That would be fantastic. And it would be really nice when we do the press release to have our board members there, getting their card updated with their picture taken. Yes, it's an excellent idea.
Any more questions on the library card, application, camera, and signature pad? Next, proposed budget for 2019-2020.
Okay. I met with Phyllis a couple of weeks ago, and this is the rough draft. This is the proposed budget. Generally, we stay about the same each year, except our capital changes, or we may kind of tweak a few things that maybe need to be moved around. But the way we looked at it, it seems like other than the wages and, of course, the employee share of FICA and the health insurance, everything is going to be staying the same. If there is a line item that you would like for me to tell you a little bit about, I'll be happy to. We're very pleased at the library with the amount of funding that we do receive. The city has been very, very good to us because we only receive city funds. We do not receive county funds. And so to be able to have a budget like this for an independent library is fantastic. That shows the support of the library board, and it shows the support of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. We do receive monies from fines and fees and lost cards and lost books, and then we do receive some donations. But of course, the greater share comes from the city. While you're looking that over, I'll tell you a little bit about the capital that we have talked about. Of course, this past year, we were very grateful for the capital money that we received. We received $6,000 for our storage shed, which we have, and it's in full use right now. And then we also received $30,000 for an electronic sign for the front of our library so that as you're going down Murfreesboro Road, you can see all the great things happening at our library. And both of those things are, the storage building is in place and the sign is already staked out and ready to put in. We look for it to be starting to put in about 2 weeks. So very excited about that. So this budget year, we're asking for, of course, I feel like those things were practical, but we're asking for some really practical things. We need a new roof on the library. We had some roof repairs about 4 years ago, but it's time now to just get that whole roof looked at and repaired. I believe that Adam said it would be about $55,000. I may be a little bit wrong on that. Adam is going to be, he is our city engineer, and he's going to take on all of the larger capital projects that have to do with the buildings. And so he took that one on, and I'm thinking $55,000, but I will find out for sure. Then the second item I would like to ask for capital funds goes on along with that, and that's painting of the outside exterior up above. A lot of that is copper, and we have a lot of runoffs, and we have some wood up there, and we want to make sure that it is protected. And that's going to be about $25,000. So those would be the two things that I'll be talking about at our budget planning and see what we can have done. Any questions about that? Or any?
How old is that building now? Is it 6?
Okay, it was opened in 2002. So it will be 17 years old in November.
Yeah, that's long enough for a roof.
Right, and of the 4 rooftop air conditioner heating units that we have replaced 3 of them. So we have 1 more to be replaced. And then, of course, we have replaced the Big Daddy out back. So we're almost brand new with our HVAC systems. Okay, any questions about the budget? And this is just a proposal. I'll be coming back to you in May with the final draft and asking for a favorable recommendation that we can take to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Since you all are a governing board, we do need to take a motion to them, whether it's favorable or unfavorable. And we like to work it out where it is favorable.
Any other questions on that? Summer reading 2018.
Okay, Bridget has been asking me for months about some numbers for summer reading, and I finally remembered. So I pulled a few little statistics, and this was from 2018. We had total participants of 1,078, adults, which is 18 and older, 203, teens, 12 to 17, 186, and then children birth until 11 years old. So it was pretty good. Numbers have been higher in the past and numbers have been lower in the past. You just don't know what the summer's going to bring. We feel like this coming summer is going to be a really good one. We're planning on doing a huge kickoff. And the years that we do a kickoff, we tend to get more people in there who are excited about getting signed up. So that's going to be on June 1st. Our theme this year is Universe of Stories, but our kickoff is going to be Universe of Superheroes. So if we have anyone who enjoys dressing like a superhero, we would love for you to come on June the 1st. We're going to have bounce houses. We're going to have a photo booth with some of the superheroes. Of course, the children are going to sign up for library cards and sign up for summer reading, and we're going to have refreshments. It will be a really fun day. And we'd love to have all of you participate. The items that we circulated in June and July of 2018, which most of these we consider are summer reading, some of them are not, but 20,056 items in 2 months. So pretty good. And we also issued 374 library cards just in June and July of 2018. 254 of those were ages 18 and up, and 120 were ages 5 to 17. And we are seeing, Debbie came up with a wonderful idea for when a child first gets the library card. They have to be 5 years old. So we purchased some book bags, and inside that book bag we have a lanyard so they can put their library card on. We have a book light, we have a bookmark, and I think there's one other little thing in there. And they are so proud to get their library card and throw that book bag on their shoulder, and here they go. So wanted to let you know that that is really going over well. It just makes the kids super excited. We've even had parents who said, well, don't I get a bag? Oh, there goes Montique. Okay, any
Great.
questions on summer reading?
Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
Those
welcome.
are your 2 busiest months of the year?
It is. It really is. We stay very busy during those months, and then we have some feast and famine throughout the year. During our Halloween season, we get a lot of checkout books, a lot of programs going on throughout the year, but that's when we really concentrate on the kids and on reading and having our entertainers. We have anywhere from 3 to 5 programs a week during summer reading. And this year we're excited that we have been able to get an astronaut, a real astronaut, to come and speak to us and tell us a little bit about what it's like to be in outer space. So we're waiting for the name, but it has been confirmed that we will have an astronaut.
That's awesome.
Very excited.
Any other questions on that? Okay, next part's going to be the FYI portion of it, and so we got 3 more meetings this year after this, and an FYI on upcoming closures. Why don't we go ahead and discuss that?
Okay.
On the upcoming closures. I've got the April 19th for Good Friday. What's the other dates?
April 19th would be Good Friday, and then we'll also be closed Saturday, April 20th. We consider that an RGO because our staff does not, we are open on Saturdays, and sometimes our staff are not able to have a full weekend. So instead of taking a regular day off during the week, we go ahead and close the library on that Saturday, and that's considered the regular day off. That way they're not getting paid an extra holiday, but they are getting to have a family weekend together. And we do that on several holidays. Saturday, May 25th will be a regular holiday, and then Monday, May 27th, regular day off, and then Monday 27th would be Memorial Day. And those were just the ones right before summer reading. The only day we would be off in summer reading will be just July 4th. And the staff really appreciates the patrons have not complained about this. They understand. The board has been very good about letting us do this. You know, it just really helps out morale to know that they are going to get a weekend also.
Free day, yep.
And if you did notice on the board meeting dates, we are skipping November because of Veterans Day. It falls on Veterans Day. So we will be going from September off October, November, and then we will meet again in December.
I apologize for that. I remember, yeah. My memory comes back when someone tells me.
Okay, that's not.
Is that memory?
And if ever any of you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to call, text, email. I'll be happy to find answers to anything that you would like to know, within reason.
Okay. What's the policy as far as fundraisers for the library?
We have done fundraisers in the past, as long as, I'm trying to think exactly how this policy is. Things that we have done in the past is our book sales, which is a fundraiser, and then also we have sold Krispy Kreme donuts before. We've sold the little cards. And we haven't done a whole lot of fundraisers, and so I will look up and see what our written policy says and get back with you. But fundraisers are fabulous. I mean, we would love to do that.
There's some rules dealing with the book sale, right? You can only do two a
Right,
year or
2
something?
book sales a year because we do not have a Friends of the Library group. Most book sales that go on year-round are ran by the Friends of the Library, and we do not have that group. And so we can have 2 book sales a year, and they can be 2 to 3 days long, and that's worked out fine. I would like to develop a Friends of the Library group because that way the Friends group could fundraise, and those funds would go into the Friends group, which would in turn purchase things or do things for the library. I have all the information about the Friends group. I just have not got it pulled together yet.
Reason I asked you about that is one of the things that I've been thinking about for a while that I would like to, and I'll get with you
Okay.
later on and we can work out the bugs in it. But I would like to have something similar to Jeopardy
Right?
that's educational, and at the same time, you know, we ask questions about. We have a book of the month or book of the week,
Right.
and we'll have a contest for the parents who sign their kids up, age appropriate for each one of the contests. And I was going to donate the money or the gift that
Wow.
for the individuals that win in that.
That is so
Because
nice.
I thought about that, and I thought about it. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I don't know exactly when it used to come on, but one of the anchors from one of the news show, it was a high school thing where the kids come together, and that's,
Quiz bowl or
Quiz Bowl,
Yeah,
that's
something
it,
like
Quiz Bowl. I'd like to have
That
something
would be
like that.
great.
That we could put together, and that could possibly raise, you know, we could raise money getting it together, and then, you know, donate something
Absolutely.
toward the kids and get them a plaque or whatever. Because I think that would, I mean, I guess what really pushed it off for me was the Alex Trebek. You know,
Yes.
when they announced that about him, and I
Yes.
thought about that, and I said, you know, I've been thinking about that for a while. Not that I need him to give that kind of
Right,
information to
right,
make
but
it move forward.
absolutely.
But it's just something that I'd like to get with you and see if we could work out.
I think that would be
And
fantastic.
I'd like the help of the board too, because we'll have to come up, of course, we won't do it on camera. We have to come up with the question. We'll have to come up with the questions, and I'd like to have two categories on there.
Okay.
You know, for your age, for teens and children. We're not going to do an adult. They can just try out for the real show.
You have really thought this through. I love that, and I think that is fantastic. I think the teens have done something not quite like this, but they did Wheel of Fortune, and where they had to spin and do certain things, and it was really a lot of fun. They loved that. But the Jeopardy sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, if they're going to be getting my money, they got to work for it.
There you go.
gotta do
I
some
like
stuff.
that.
Spinning a wheel is not going to get it for you. It's, nah.
And
You're
do you
gonna
remember Alderman Jones or Chairman Jones? Anything over $1,000, we do have to bring to the board before we can have it approved to accept for fundraising. So,
Well, I can go with 1/5 of the vote on that and say it'll be all right.
well, I appreciate that. I think the newer ideas and different type of ideas is a great thing to do. Perfect.
Anyone else?
I'm just wondering, have you started getting any estimates for the work you want done yet?
Any
For the
estimates
roof-
on?
For the roof
Roof.
and the eve painting?
Adam is taking care of the roof, and David is getting the quotes for the painting. So I'm very fortunate to have good people around that know what they're doing, and I don't have to climb up on the roof and do anything,
No.
so. But yes, as soon as we find out for sure,
Yeah.
I'll be happy to let you know. But again, I do appreciate the sign. I think that electronic sign is really going to put our name out there again, and people can find us. And we'll be competing with the City Hall sign, so, but we're excited about that.
Yep, that's great.
I had another brief question asked of me, and I was curious about it myself because I'd like to see it continue. That tour that you gave us when we had the VIPs come through,
Yes, yes.
they were wanting to know if we could possibly get that, you know, maybe to coincide with our meetings since they're every 3 months or whatever. Just
Right.
more meetings like that is what.
That would be
Not
great.
meetings, but more events like that. Because it was very exciting. Like I said, I saw parts of the library I didn't know exist.
Right.
And it was
And
very
it does,
exciting.
it shows you, because we do everything in-house, and so many libraries do not, or if they do it in-house, they have very specialized people doing those tasks. We are all cross-trained, and so it's really interesting to go back to see from the book being ordered, to coming in, to being cataloged, to being wrapped with a laminate, and then out it goes. And yes, I enjoyed doing that tour.
That was very fascinating.
Good, well, we will be happy to do that.
We're-
Did you talk to the schools about the summer reading books that they?
Yes, we are getting more lists from them. We're hoping to get them earlier than we normally have, and I went into Laverne Lake the other day and talked to them, and then Debbie and I have been over at Rock Springs Elementary. We got to do a puppet show over there, got to see Desi, and he was all excited. And so yes, we are getting with the schools to get that going, and we're trying to work more with our elementary schools also to find out their curriculum so that we can start ordering books closer to what they need for their curriculum. So many kids come in looking for reports and things of this sort, and if we have close to what we know they're going to be studying, then it will help us a lot on books that we pull.
That brought another,
Okay.
that's something else I'd like to suggest. And, you know, I don't want y'all to think I'm just very talkative, but by the time I drop this gavel on our meeting tonight, half of what I'm thinking will be gone. If I don't get it on the record,
No,
I
that's
won't think of
fine.
it again.
This is wonderful.
Let's try to get schools to have competitions with each other. And then, you know, they bring out their best students, they win a plaque or whatnot. So we can get something started that way.
That's great.
So I think That'd be something nice to try. Were there any other questions? And then maybe later on in the year, we'll get lawyers to go against each other.
There we go. There we go.
That would be a good one.
For the record, I could take on Evan, no problem.
Well,
With that being said, nothing else needs to be said. We can consider ourselves adjourned.